Yes. We're all live.
Yeah, we live. Yeah, that's live.
Thanks. Alright.
You break it down!
I'm weak.
How's it going, everybody? Thanks for tuning in to another episode of Fever Talk.
Yes,
Today
sir.
we have a very, very special guest, Manny B. What's good? How you doing?
It's all look, it's all good. When we get the audience button, it's gonna be live. It's gonna even live in here. All right.
So yeah, we got Manny B. He's a local artist, but he's aspiring, and he has a very inspirational story. And we wanted to just bring him on today, and conversate, learn who you are, what you doing, how people can get like you, Because not many people are able to, live off their art. And you're literally living off of your art, which is amazing.
Yeah, most definitely. I didn't necessarily see this coming this year. Life just kind of started happening. And off of certain downfalls, like losing a car, almost losing my life, losing a job, everything just kind of started falling into place after that. And the first thing I was able to do, not being able to go back to work, was paint. So I've been painting all my life, but I kind of just went for it, and I put my faith on it, and I put it where it belonged, and it's just been going up ever since, and it haven't stirred me any different.
Okay. I want to know, how do you stay inspired? Especially at the time when you said, you lost your car, almost lost your life. Like, how did you even stay inspired and motivated to get up and paint, during that time?
In some moments, like, painting is the healing. Like, being able to do something is abstract. Like, the abstract can be very expressive, and you can get certain things out of it. But then on the other hand, like, people just know I paint as well, so they'll come to me, and it's like, well, responsibilities and priorities got to get paid. So, that's another motivation alongside there, because it's like you trust in yourself. And if you trust in yourself and you stand by, your purpose and God, it's gonna serve you right, and things gonna come to you, most definitely. Like, you just gotta believe in yourself for real, and be around people also that are in similar drives to do good by themselves. If you're around people that'll do it right, and they are some steps ahead of you in the direction that you're trying to go, it's gonna serve you the right thing. It's gonna put you in the right spaces too. And you'll find who your real friend and not too.
Absolutely. I totally agree with that one.
That's facts.
And how many friends would you say you surrounded yourself with that are on that same path or that journey?
While I was cooking, so I was cooking before this for like 7 years. And I took a little break, but I was doing art here and there. But for like a year, I was just, finding people on social media, and my real support, my friends that's been there, my day ones, like, they've always believed in me too. So my family, my cousins, it's a lot of people, right? Can I put a number on it? I don't know. Art-wise, I would say for sure maybe a good like 6 people. And it wasn't all together. It was collective in different moments, whenever people was available, because everybody working for somebody else. Until, they get to that point where they like, yeah, like, I want to do this. Like, my work is worthy. And I can say at least a good 6 to 8 people. Other artists that's like like-minded, been through things, not liking where they working, and just seeing people, on social media in St. Louis exhibiting in places where it's like, oh, okay, like, we making it out here, and we starting to build our community more and more, because we have one, but it's getting stronger.
Yeah.
It's getting stronger. Okay. And it's going to start going out of state as well. Stay tuned.
Yeah.
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned. Nerd.
Stay tuned. Most definitely.
Do you have a question for Manny?
Yeah, man.
I can keep going.
Yeah, I'm sure like you taking all the
questions.
Question time, man. You ain't even ask him about him.
It just kind of flowed naturally.
I'm gonna get right to it.
Okay.
I'm gonna start with a silly question first.
Okay.
If your art was a dish,
Whew.
what kind of dish would it be?
I got this question last time.
The first thing that easily came to mind, and you know, I was in the Asian cuisine for a while, but I just had this today actually, and it's pho. It's a Vietnamese soup, and you can put anything in it, honestly. So, in a sense of my art, I like to dabble in different things. Like I like portraits, I like abstract. I'm willing to try something new. I like wood burning. I like animals, dancers, the eyes alone by itself. You know, I like to play around and experiment. I don't want to be put in just one box. I want to be able to see what all I got to offer. Truly.
Yeah.
Do I have a theme? Maybe a same color scheme. Maybe for the most part, you can see that I play around with colors a lot. But yeah, some type of Vietnamese pho.
So what he's saying is
the deluxe.
Yeah, deluxe dish.
I feel that.
He ain't putting no drink on the side of that. So drink is something separate.
We got beef, we got shrimp, we got shit. The deluxe, most definitely.
I'm always. You crack it up.
I'm ready.
And then, let's see. I ain't finna ask these questions. I want him to show off some of his pieces.
Okay.
And just kind of talk about it.
Which one do you want?
He's like, it's so many.
Okay, we can start with this one right here.
Yeah. Y'all getting an exclusive art gallery on live.
Also,
let me scoot over. Come on, man. Let me scoot over.
So this one right here, it's not 100% complete. Some people be thinking it is, but this was a motivation for me to get in the gym. And it's representing this fire, which is something, that could be scary. It could be something that you might not want to go in, but it's actually for him. And he's low-key ready, too. He's not afraid to go in. So it's just that motivation to be able to walk into your purpose. And, I mean, in real life, me walking into being an artist for full time also can be related to it. But initially, it was for me to work out and, work on my health in that sense. But yeah, it's a really good piece. It's a multi-medium piece with acrylic, and this will be finished in oil pastel.
That's amazing.
But yeah.
That's hard. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Get the full picture.
Most there.
Any other one you want to show off?
Yeah, I got one more. Most there.
He got one more for y'all. And then I'm going to have him show my personal favorite. Well, one of my personal favorites.
This one right here. This is me.
All right, slide over so you can slide in. You don't get up in there. Okay.
So this one, I would say, is a self-portrait. It's just the start of it, but it's going to be a mosaic. A mosaic is when you take one shape, and traditionally they did squares, but I'm going to do triangles. Triangles is my shape, I would say. But there will be many different triangles going around and showing different faces of my self-portrait. I have a client that have bought my first one that I ever made. It was a grayscale monochromatic mosaic self-portrait, and I undersold it. So it was a lesson for me. And
that was going to be one of my questions, too.
Most definitely. It was a lesson for me to make sure that I don't take nothing that I worked hard on for granted in that sense. And I underprice myself to where it's like, dang, all that time was for nothing. But here we go, making a second one, and this one going to last a little while because their price going to be where it's deserved.
That's cool.
I'm going to get them a close-up of that. Yeah, look at that. Let me get close up with y'all. Look at that. Give me one of those.
Okay, now what's your favorite?
Yeah, it's another. Alright. Yeah, this one right here is my favorite. Where is it? Wow.
Yeah, like you see that one right there. It's an acrylic pour. It's a new technique that I've kind of learned this year. For sure, I could say like I appreciate this piece of work because most of the time Abstract, I don't know. Abstract's kind of, it gives that expression for anybody to put their interpretation into it. It's for anybody to really say, like, is it for anything or is it for nothing at all? Is it just for a nice look, or can it set the mood in your living room, in your office, or wherever it need be? It can be a neutral gift to where you don't even know if a person like art, but it'll still work. But I want to say the name is called something natural. That's what it's called.
I like that. And a question too, like, where did you get all your knowledge from? Because you're very knowledgeable about what you do, what you paint. You know what you're doing. You know what you're looking at. You know what you want. You know, and not many artists are still trying to figure that out. Like, you know, those what do you call it? Like certain words, or you know what I'm saying? Like,
being able to describe it and
yeah,
everything.
you know.
I can say, well, I've been painting all my life, but like education wise, I went to a school, kindergarten through 12th grade, that most definitely, like, I had almost the same art teacher through the whole curriculum for the most part. Like, I maybe had another one, like, in middle school, but elementary and high school, I had the same art teacher. So I got to grow with somebody, and his son was in Pixar. Tim Rumpel, I'll say. Shout out to Mr. Rumpel. But he most definitely like taught us a lot, and for his son to be in Pixar and have a show, like that's deemed worthy for sure. And like it's a good thing, but all of that, and then I went to a program called St. Louis Artworks. And that's where, if y'all need a job in high school for fun and you want to learn business skills from freshman year to senior year, St. Louis Artworks, they teach you the business skills. Like when you walk into a room, hi, my name is Markia Brown. Right now we're in this room doing X, Y, and Z. And yeah, if you have any questions, ask around. And we had to do that every time somebody walked into the room. And that's just a good, it was scary, I ain't gonna fake it, but I used to get mine out the way because they made sure everybody did one at least, for sure. So I most definitely practice that, and it helps with, like, when you go to galleries and stuff, you can talk to people about your work. But as far as explaining it, I would say they taught me as well. My two mentors, shout out to Robert Ketchens and Tim Burton. Y'all, it's some real MVPs. Like, to see two black men be able to go out in the states of the U.S. and have work in the History Museum, like having work in New Orleans, down south, they just got work everywhere. Even the History Museum, when I tutor kids, I'm looking around at the artwork and I'm realizing, like, something is resonating with me. Like, I don't even know what it is, but I'm like, these paintings kind of drawing my attention and they're making me want to know more. And I'm looking and I'm seeing these blue noses. And I come back without the kids and I look and I'm like, that's why, because it's my mentors. Like, they still out here making moves. And I don't think they ever going to stop until they can't no more. So I appreciate that most definitely. I took 2 classes in college. I went to school for culinary arts for some time, like 2 years, and worked in that industry. But I went to Merrimack for drawing and art history. The first history class that I aced with all flying colors. Didn't have to worry about any of that. But it kind of teaches you how to be an archaeologist almost. Like, I wouldn't mind going to different countries and figuring out why people did art in a certain time, like back in BC, or like going to Kokya Mounds. That's a piece of art, and that's something from the Paleos. Look, don't quote me, but
don't quote him.
Y'all know what I mean. The Paleo time period, Paleolithic. So what is it called?
I know what you're talking about, but I don't know exactly how.
But that's artwork.
Don't quote him now.
But that's artwork from way long time ago, like when none of this was here that we living through now, like, and that's this close to us as well, like Cahokia, not far from us at all.
Not far at all.
But I would say that's probably most of my, and then just being around and doing my own thing and going to events and experiencing painting and selling in front of people, like, that's most of my credentials. Oh, also I worked at Paint with a Twist. I worked there for like maybe 2 years. The one in Brentwood is the one to go to. Shout out to Doreen Strangers. And yeah, like that was one of the best things I've ever done too because it taught speed.
Mm.
It's because we had to teach classes for like an hour,
Mm.
and you can be up to 50 people per instructor, and you probably get one like assistant on the floor helping people.
Mm.
So we had a lot of black girl magic, and 50 black women in one room drinking wine, having a good time and painting. It can be something most definitely. But I got through it, and it helped me paint a 2-hour painting that I just painted recently. That was in the ballpark village.
Mm.
So talk a little more about that. How do you feel about that?
It's I don't know, like it feel like I'm back again. Like
I like that.
like when I was younger with the artworks, with St. Louis Artworks, we got to exhibit for the summer at St. Louis Art Museum. And they bought out some of our work to move around and travel. So we have traveling work out here since whatever year that was, like 15, I think, 14 or 15. But being back in the stadium, like being at the stadium and being able to see my work on display, like I can't do nothing but thank Seals Brock. Most definitely a great support. Like he's gonna make sure like everybody eat for sure. Like he's a very supportive artist. Like it was other artists that exhibited there too, and it was a good honor and it was a good time, and we got some shirts and some free hats, and I don't even know if we won, but it is what I left early. Look, I had to go. It was a little rainy that day, but I don't stay for baseball. Baseball not my but it was Jackie Robinson Day as well, so I had to go support and see my work as well.
That's pretty monumental.
I know, right? Like it was dope. Like that's something to put on the resume and the portfolio for sure. It's online. I don't think nobody bought it because I ain't getting no transaction yet. So I want to say it's on MLB, but just follow my Instagram and you can DM me and I'll send you that way to see it.
Speaking of Instagram too, I was gonna ask, do you promote yourself on social media platforms? Like, do you have the most success there, or do you have more success word of mouth, going to these art galleries or pop up shops or
a little bit of both?
I'll say it's a little bit of both. I'll say the social media, it most definitely bring in like commission based work a lot. Or like if somebody want a mural or something, it'll bring in that type of energy. But going to events, that kind of keeps the money in my pockets. Like that'll get me probably another event to attend to, being at events, because you're around all like-minded people for the most part. Everybody's a vendor, so it's a little bit of both, and they give a little different things too.
Okay.
I like that.
Do you have any tips for artists that are scared to promote on social media or just don't know how?
If somebody got too much to say, tell them that it's not their business. And can't nobody make art like you can. Nobody. What you got up here, ain't nobody else gonna be able to think about it because you did. Even if it is something similar to something of our past, we all do that. But yeah, most definitely just believe that you got something different. And if you don't know what you have, experiment and see what feels right. Try it out. If it works, it works. If it don't, it don't. But you still got inventory to sell to get some more paint for the next time. Like, just gotta keep going and experimenting and don't put yourself in a box. Just don't. Don't do it. If you thinking about doing it, then that means you should do it. Post it. And they got, if you make your social media a business page as well, it's kind of easier to like navigate the social media stuff because I keep my page strictly art, like art or business minded or positive things. Like I don't like all that other stuff on there. That's for the personal page. But just go for it. Truly, like don't second guess it. You thought about it already. That was yourself telling yourself to do it.
How do you overcome that self-doubt? Or that or that what is painter's block? Have you ever
so for sure, sometimes I just need to go outside and go for a walk. Or like change your location of where you're painting.
Mm.
Going outside, it can be a little difficult due to wind.
Yeah.
Bring your sandbags and stuff, but change your location. If you can get around people who are painting with you, whether they know how to paint or not, they can be some little kids. It's gonna work. It's gonna bring all the creative juices there because everybody got their own mindset. And art can be, a baby can paint a painting. Like, and it's gonna be different from what I've been painted. Like, so, yeah, that's what I would say for sure.
Okay.
That's tight. So my question is this. I lost it. This one thing I wanted to know. How do you see your artwork evolving or changing over time? So from when you first started all the way up to now, what did you notice?
In the beginning, like I've always liked eyes. That's never gonna change. Painting eyes and just the eye profile has always just been kind of strong to me. Like you can tell who a person is by looking just at their eyes. Like, and I didn't have to paint her whole face. Like you can still tell. Like you see my lips, and you're like, that could be him or it could be not. But it's like, if somebody know me, they're like, oh, that's that's Manny. Like, you don't have to show everything for you to truly depict someone's face and their personality and their emotion that they have. So like being able to go forward, I think I want to start doing series. And as an adult, I've been through some life. So eventually some series are going to start coming up as far as just me personally, like me about things that I've been through. Not the heartbreak, but the heart molding that I've had to go through. Just different life experiences, accomplishments, or the hurts, or things that I may be still working on to this day. Like, I feel that I can most definitely start going into like a story with my work, and I think that's probably gonna put me in a space to have a solo show. For sure. Once I can be able to show someone that I have the show already. You don't need nobody else. I'm here.
Yeah.
That's when the day will come. So I gotta start working on that and what it's going to be about. But I mean, if it's about me, we just gotta put it in order. Put it in order and just make sure it goes through.
That's tight.
Yeah.
That's tight. Yeah, keep us updated, huh? Cause
most
I would like to pop out for that.
For sure. I mean, right now, because I want to do a series that I already know about of these ancient, like artifacts in the sense of statues, and like I want to do a lot just from around the country, like some African ones, some Mesopotamia, like going back to the Aztecs and the Incas and the Mayans and going over to Asia and getting some of those type of artifacts to paint. Like I want to be able to, I don't know, it's just a cultural thing that I've done it with pop art already and it sold, and then somebody wanted me to paint it again in a different color scheme. So I'm like, I can make this newer, even though it's something old. Like I can make it something that's not being done right now, and it's just something that I kind of like too. Since I guess art history, maybe that's probably where it's coming from.
Yeah.
To where it's like I feel like I need to do that, and that'll be a series as well. And they say like 5 or more is a series. Yeah. So I might do 10. Why not? Look, Granny had 10 kids. Look, might as well.
Exactly. That actually would be kind of interesting.
Yeah.
10, like each kid gets a different series.
That'd be different, like a family tree kind of.
And it kind of be like the series would kind of like represent their personalities.
Yeah. That'd be different.
Because I don't know, 10 kids, you got 10 different personalities.
There they go right here. Actually. That's right there.
And I'm also a descendant.
Okay. It's a lot of us, okay? So you better watch out.
Okay. I got like one of those like different type of questions too.
What you mean?
It's not like a silly question, but it is like
a unique question?
Yeah.
A generic one?
It's like, so if you only were able to paint with one color for the rest of your life. Just one color. Not two, not three.
Can't mix it either.
One. And why? He's like, all right, y'all should have sent me these questions beforehand.
Hey, that's what we do on this show.
The first, I'm gonna go with my first instinct. Everybody been telling me my intuition is strong. My last name, Brown. Brown is a neutral color, so it's gonna go anywhere I need it to, and it's gonna go with anything I put it up to as well. Just kind of like that painting right there. Like that's a lot of neutrals in there.
Yeah.
A lot of browns. A whole lot of browns. We like that melanin. So you might as well, work it because it's the color that's always gonna be the new black. It ain't never gonna stop. Like it ain't never. You can't never take away from it. Exactly. I could put on a brown belt and some gray, and it's going to work.
So you already first. Brown taking over. so you already know what show we on. Official Brown Fever. And we Brown Fevering everything. No other color matter right now.
That's crazy though. I ain't never thought about that though. That's a good question. I've never been asked that one.
I told you.
Yeah.
You don't have no questions that you're gonna take with you.
Yeah.
Take with you, gonna be at the art gallery. Like, so if you had one color, what would that be? They gonna pause too. Dang, that's crazy.
Haki, I was thinking about being in brown for my birthday this year. I wanted some type of brown.
Son.
Interesting.
Son.
Stay tuned.
Aftermath.
You talked about earlier briefly how you undersold that painting, right?
Yeah.
Oh man, getting them.
Shout out to you know who you is. Shout out to you. I appreciate the support most there.
Were there any other lessons you had to learn in order to, get to where you are now?
Contract. Starting contract. I don't necessarily use it at this moment because I want it in a certain way. I want it to be easier. Right now, it's on paper, and I'll give it to you. I can email it to you, and but that's more for if my work is going to be somewhere that I can't attend, or if it's out the state or something, just to make sure that ain't nobody selling my stuff for more than what I said. To where they getting their money, and it's like that's not what we agreed on. Because if you can get it from there, why didn't you say anything? And we both could be eating from that. Good business is good business. Like I gotta make sure that I'm protected and my work is protected as well, because this is my only income. So make a contract, most definitely, people. Like it's going to make things way easier and less confusion, and a customer can't be running you all around left and right, up and down. It's a clean transaction. Real clean transaction. Anything else? Any other lessons? That's mainly it. When I will say though, if you want a commission from me, I'm willing to do a sketch, but not everyone asks for one. Some people just they give me the idea, and then they want me to put it in my hands and embellish it. I make sure I understand. I ask the questions that I need, and even while I'm working on it, I still might reach out and ask whatever's needed, just so I know for sure I'm clear. But once it's done and you see it, you will get one time for me to take it back and fix something, not the whole painting. If it's the whole painting, then we need to talk more money. Because that's more time.
Yeah.
It's true.
It's more time.
And equipment.
Time is money.
Yes, most definitely. And I most definitely be working on time when I paint. Like, I try to get enough in, and I do time myself in the sense of just hours of how long it may take me or something. I try to work on something every 3 times though before I say it's done. The power of 3 is important to me.
The power of 3, y'all.
It's very balanced. You so good. Breathe.
The power of 3 is nothing else.
Triangles, again, remember, 3 angles, 3 sides. That's going back to the Egyptians.
Makes sense.
That's going back to the Egyptians as well, with the prism.
This one right here. Who are some of your biggest influencers or influences or inspiration in the art world? Since you
For
like the
sure.
look, since you like the power of three, name three.
For sure, Brock. For sure. Like, I've been following him, excuse me, I've been following him for some time on social media, and I didn't even know it. I didn't know that I knew him. Like, my sister of mine is his cousin, so we end up finding that out, and it's like, I've been following you. Like, when I met him, I was like, okay, what's your Instagram? I'm like, I already got you right here. Like, I don't even, I didn't even realize it.
Did they follow you back though?
Yeah, he followed me back.
Right,
he followed me back at that moment. Like, he a real one. Like, he most definitely is a real one, and he most definitely is watching out for everybody because he get this type of process. Like, he understands, and we was not raised to be artists in this world, like by parents, by school, unless you had parents that were artists. But otherwise, like, not really.
A lot of trial and error.
Not really. So yeah, like he's a spin image of what I want to go towards.
Yeah.
Like, he got his niche. He do what he do, and I want mine. He got his, and I want mine. I really appreciate him. My two mentors, like I said earlier, they most definitely are two big influences as black men in this world. For a third.
Not that he put both of them in that second spot.
Yeah, they're a package deal. Like, I met them at the same time.
I feel you.
Like, they both was my mentors at the same time. They worked on the same.
There's no one better than
Can't
the
be
other.
favoritism.
Like,
I feel you that.
Like, they both taught me wood burning. They both taught me portraiture. Like, I knew how to do the eyes, but the whole face, the way I do now, almost definitely thanks to them. And off of, I'm gonna go old school now. Somebody from way back when. What was the artist they made us study? Velasquez. I don't know what kind of artist he was. Can't remember. He was either French or like Italian. Look, I don't know.
Not quote him.
Can't quote that.
Like,
so it's dope.
But this was a long time ago where they believed like dwarves and everything, and like this artist had dwarf servants that he used to paint, and like we had to paint this one man so many times. Even we had to paint them, and then we'll rotate to the next person's painting and paint on theirs all the way until we got back to ours.
Was you mad when you got back to you?
I want to say, because they were teaching us each step throughout what we was doing, I feel like people were scared to mess up, so they didn't touch nothing that they knew they couldn't, touch up on, or like they didn't, because you was like, I don't want nobody messing up mine either. Yeah. So it's like you really like thinking and trying to learn.
The energy is neutral right now.
The pressure was there, and and when I got back to it, I want to say like it was good, like it was fine, like they taught us well. They taught us very well, and not to be attached to our work. That was another lesson in that one. Yeah. To not be attached to your work, because you have to sell it. You have to sell it one day, and also like sometimes you just might have to paint over something as well and start over. Like, you can't be too attached. If it's messed up and it's not aligned, start over. Like, if that's your message, to be realistic and proportionate. Like, but if you go abstract, you can mix it up, do it around. That's what this one can be about. It's about the imperfections of me.
Like give me one too.
the thoughts. I'm weak. Strong snaps.
So question.
Struggle in these snaps.
I keep saying question like it's not gonna be another question.
You know what I'm saying? Keep barring him out. That's what's up. Yeah, press him. Press him on this show.
Another one of those like sideways question that's not too sideways is, if your art could talk in this very moment, not past or future, but in the present right now, if your art could talk, what would it say?
Could not get a number.
At this moment, I feel like my art is speaking a lot of life, like, and exploring. Like, don't be at home. Get outside. Like, most definitely, like, enjoy life.
Yeah.
Most definitely on the
There's a lot of art
positive.
in here,
A
yeah.
lot of positive.
Vibrant colors.
Yeah.
There's colors everywhere, even on the paintings y'all don't see.
Yeah, most definitely. Like, look, I should have brought out the beat scene.
Mm.
That could be later. It could be towards the end or something. Who
Okay.
knows?
Yeah,
But yeah, I would say that for sure. Like, just showing the good depictions of a person and them at a nice state of mind too.
Okay. That's what's up.
What I'm saying. Over here with these deep.
If I draw something, it's not gonna say that.
Mine gonna be a stick figure.
You said you was gonna have astigmatism.
I said stick figure.
Oh.
What?
My bad.
Absolutely
You're
not.
gonna be like, oh, I can't see. It's a little blurry. I'm weak.
You got something else? Cause I can keep going.
You can keep going.
Okay. So I feel like you've kind of talked to us about it, but we never specifically touched on it. What is your creative process? Like, how do you get into a mood, or do you ever feel like, do you feel like you're always in the mood, or how do you kind of?
So more of just how do I ever set myself up to paint truly? Well, sometimes it can be just a sense of, well, now I don't have this problem, but at a moment where I wasn't painting, I was working in the kitchen a lot. Um, it would be frustrating, and I'd be frustrated that I'm not painting, and it would be affecting me, like while I'm at work or wherever I'm at. Like it'll be on my mind, even though I'm not doing it. Like it'll still be on my mind. So when it is a long break, I just kind of gotta jump in, like I gotta do cold water in the pool. Like I just kind of gotta dive in, and I will go abstract probably with that. And if I see something out of it, I might make it out of something. If I don't, then we're gonna keep it abstract until something speaks out of the painting, unless it's just meant to be that. And if someone asks, I tell them just simply that. But I like a clean space. If it's too junky, it depends. If I'm doing acrylic pour, it can be junky.
Yeah.
It can be junky because I got types all over the place and sheets all over the place, and it's a little wild. Like, I have to clean these floors. Don't tell nobody. Do a little more, but if it's like a portrait or like something intricate, I'm doing my research. I'm looking at my pictures, whatever picture I need. If I need 3 pictures to paint one thing, that's just what I need, so I can mix it up, make it myself. So can't nobody go on Google and be like, he painted that. No, he didn't. He painted this, and that. Like, so you can make it your own. But most definitely make sure the space is clean. I actually have some studio rules as well that I keep myself in check with.
You actually do?
I can't read that from here though. But take care of your eyes as an artist. If you need glasses, wear them. Most definitely. Let me see.
As you're doing that, we also got another question for somebody in the audience.
Okay.
So I'll add that after you get your story. Not that he signed his studio rules.
Yeah, most definitely. I said it.
His signature. He signed it.
I'll get up here with it. So
This type of discipline y'all gotta have.
My studio rules, and I'm probably bound to change this because I did this some time back. And rule number 1, no more than 10 minutes on social media unless you're posting artwork. Number 2, use computers for music or the TV for music. Eat breakfast and straighten up just so you can be in the right state of mind, and it can be a clear space to not be distracted by nothing. Have lunch, a 40 minutes to an hour lunch. Like, give yourself some time, because sometimes you have to step back so you can look at it with a fresh eye and don't mess up what you already have there. Take pictures of the progress just for your personal, or if the client does want to see the phases, you can have that to show. Check your works of progress before and after the shift, just so you kind of know what you're working on today. Some days, you might be a little here and there. You might want to feel like working on a little bit of everything. You never know. But just check in just so you know you covered what you needed to. Stay out of the bedroom. I keep all my doors closed, just so I won't even see them. Out of sight, out of mind.
Mm.
Um, what's the next one? Have someone there to stay focused or use music or background noise. So sometimes I'll play music and turn the TV on and turn the volume down, just to have things around me.
Okay.
And phone calls limited to 20 minutes max, because people will talk you, talk
They will
you,
talk to you like
and
you don't have a job.
you'll just look up and time has passed. Yeah,
Man.
time has passed. So be mindful of your time and set boundaries.
Set boundaries.
For yourself. It's important for the growth and the productivity.
Mm. You heard it first.
Sometimes I feel like too that can, not any disrespect to the person that's on the other end of the line, but that could kind of like take you out of your flow.
Mm-hmm.
You know, especially if you're sitting there for too long, not doing what you need to do.
Facts.
Then you can potentially
then trying to get back into it.
Yeah, you might be out the mood.
Yeah,
you might delay somebody work.
I might eat and go to sleep, and then it's like, like I needed this done in like 3 days, or whatever the situation is, or I just had a plan, so I got a schedule set because people come, and you gotta have meetings and stuff and talk to people, and you gotta do sketches. So like all that takes time when you still trying to get your business cards, stay focused on your social media, reach out to the commission people that you already have on your list. Like it's a good problem, but it's a lot of work, and you by yourself at this moment. But eventually, I might get a virtual assistant. So that'll help with that. Once I'm making the money that I can do that with, and that person will be taken care of, and so will I. So I can do my work.
Indeed. If you're looking for any social media managers or management, just hit up OBF.
Okay, most there.
They'll get you right.
Most there.
Fever Media.
Most there.
Fever Media.
Okay, come through.
You have two. There are two questions from the audience. Okay. Do colors inspire you? If so, what colors?
Colors most definitely are inspiring. Like, I do paint realistic paintings, but I like to add even metallic colors in the skin tones.
I like that.
Colors make things pop. A contrast will draw someone from all the way back there just to come look at your painting. There's other ways to do that as well. Composition will do it too. But for colors, I would say blue and orange are my two. Blue and orange are my two when it comes to orange. Like they're already naturally complementary colors, but just working with them, like you could do so much. You could do so much with it. And the piece I had in the museum was actually blue and orange of a face profile, like a side face. It was nice though.
I love that. I love orange. So
same. My mom used to put me in orange a lot.
I'm over brown.
I just like that a lot because of the the sunset and those colors.
Or like the brightness of it.
Yeah. Even all the colors that go into it, like the purples and the pinks and the reds. Yeah. Orange is just definitely the one that stood out.
Indeed.
I love neons too.
Yeah. Neon orange is dope. I can't get me. It ain't better than brown though, but you know what I'm saying? It's up there.
It'll do well with brown.
Orange and brown actually, yes.
Yeah, it actually go well together. Okay, got another question for somebody in the audience.
Okay, all right.
What drives you in the times where there's no motion? A good example is something like writer's block. I think you already touched on it, but we can touch on that again.
Okay, writer's block. Either being around someone else, changing my scenery. Let's see, what's something different that can really get me into it.
So this question down.
Did you ever have a moment where it was like you felt like you kept starting over on a specific painting?
Okay.
And how did you get through that?
Yeah. I would go to something else. I would start something else, or like I would just kind of step away. It's moments to step away, and that's kind of like what I was saying earlier in the sense of not messing yourself up. Like when you already got something there, or you don't have nothing at all, just come back. A prime example today. when I was painting, working on the portrait.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not big on drawing.
Mm.
I can set up where the eyes should be,
Mm-hmm.
where the nose should be. I can set it up pretty well. But when it comes to drawing and trying to fill in, like, I have to stop and just get my paintbrush and correct everything else after that. Because then, like, I don't know, like, I'm just better with that paintbrush than a pencil. I'm just way much better. So sometimes it's the utensil.
Mm.
Know your strengths and know what you're not necessarily the best at.
Mm.
Use your strengths. Use your strengths.
Use your strengths.
That's actually good. That's actually good. I don't know why, but it made me think of I saw a documentary with Lil Wayne. They was talking to him, and he was saying that for a long time he just felt like something was holding him back, like, from reaching his like fullest potential. And it was like one day, I think he went in the studio and they turned the beat on, and he just started like freestyling, and that was it. Like,
he needed to just let it out.
Yeah. So,
we're making
and
12-minute songs.
That was probably like his strength right there. Was just
freestyling.
Yeah,
just going with it. Sometimes you can overthink it. I am an overthinker, but I can't say I let it go when it comes to art. I've found that most definitely. Like probably my mentors. They most definitely probably, because they were strict. But I like strict teachers.
Yeah,
like
keep your discipline.
Yeah, like they even like made us do things differently as far as technique. Like they was like, whatever your teachers taught you, no disrespect, but forget it. We finna teach you a whole nother kind of output that you probably never heard about. Even just holding the brush. Don't choke the brush. Let me show y'all what choking the brush is.
Y'all getting a live demonstration.
I mean, quit holding that brush all the way up here. It's not necessary. It's not necessary. Unless you're doing detail. If you're doing real close detail and it's not nothing that's big, you should be way back here. You should be painting with your arm, not your wrist. Your wrist is for detail, for small things. When you covering a lot of space, get a big brush, and you need to just get it all in.
So the whole time I've been painting wrong. So look, so when my daughter paints something, and she got her paintbrush like that, I'm be like, this ain't good enough.
No,
this is all wrong.
Baby girl.
Do it again. Do better.
Dang.
She gonna
be like, I'm about 5 years old.
My daddy hurt my feelings. My art didn't make it on top of the refrigerator. He told me to do better. And them words resonate with me for the rest of my life.
Have you ever had a moment like that though, where it could have either been negative or positive, something that somebody said that made you just be like, well, I'm gonna prove them wrong, well, I'm gonna prove them right, type of thing?
There's been a number of people before this year that have kind of like, I feel like they meant well, but the delivery was a little different in the sense of telling me that I'm sleeping on myself. And I don't know if it's necessarily the right way to even say that truly, but well, it has to be. It has to be. And if you don't feel comfortable about how somebody says something to you, yeah, it could be you or it could be the message, truly. And it was some people, I can't say, that most definitely like said some things to where like I'm like, I know what I have. Because it's not happening right now, I had a plan for myself. All the way back in 8th grade, shout out to Mr. Ryan. 8th grade project. It was a career project. And that's when I found out I wanted to do culinary arts. And ever since 8th grade, I stuck with that plan. And, I got into artworks and, exhibited in St. Louis Art Museum. And they like, you going to college for culinary arts?
Switched it up.
What is going on?
Switched it up on.
This since 8th grade. I just kept it under the radar. Like, I just didn't tell a lot of people like that for real. Like, yeah, once high school came, I was telling them once I knew where I was going to school. But, like, I knew since 8th grade, like, culinary was going to be out of high school. Because, one, people always got to eat.
Mm-hmm.
Always, as long as people are here. You got a job. Like, whether it's yours or it's someone else's, like, you always have a job. So, I knew I could come back to painting. I exhibited in the St. Louis Art Museum. I was like, I got what I need.
Mm.
Um, so let me go for plan B.
Yeah.
So it can just be grounded. Do I want to do that business for real?
It's there.
Yeah, it's there.
It's there.
It's there. If I got kids and I need to go in the kitchen,
Mm-hmm.
gonna be in that mug slaving. Like,
Lady.
gonna be.
You gonna chop that right?
But at least you could go. At least you could.
You are not chopping that.
Maureen, shut up.
Go over there with technique.
Oh my God, you
Technique.
This man.
I was gonna say, at least you can go somewhere though, where you could, hopefully feel appreciated.
Mm.
Yeah.
Well, you don't have to go just anywhere. You can actually choose where you want to go
Yeah,
to
very
use
true.
that skill.
Very true. Anybody can put me to the test, and I should show you that I can cook. Like, it's just that simple. Like, I'm confident enough. I'm calm. Like, my first interview was a cooking interview, and they just wanted me to fry egg, and I know how to fry egg like a black person. Like, I know how we fry eggs on a normal. Like, we normally, do both. Unless that rare person do like a sunny side up egg, like, but that's not too common.
Yeah.
I learned in the interview what a fried egg was. I fried it. It was fried on both sides. But he was like, it's fried, and he broke it. The yolk still ran too, because I was like, okay, I'm with other people. I need to make sure, I cook for them. And I'm like, y'all do sushi, so I'm pretty sure y'all okay with a little runny egg on some fried rice or something. I know.
Yeah.
So I did leave that, and it served its purpose. It served its purpose, but
It worked out, man.
yeah, I got a job. I worked out for 7 years.
Hey.
So it worked out.
I did enough. Really.
He put his time in.
I got that job through college.
Hey, that's what's up.
Have you ever had a similar moment in art where it was like you kind of had to code switch, or like kind of make your art be adaptive to a certain gallery or situation?
Yeah, I would say stay tuned on Mother's Day. I will be in a show tributing to Janet Jackson, which she will be here April 30th in St. Louis.
Oh,
Word.
wow.
So May 14th, we'll be having that event at High Low. So stay tuned on that.
Okay.
I don't know how long it'll be there, but it will be there. I'm working on 3 pieces. Trying to get 3 pieces in for sure. But that would be something that was, kind of, I do portraits though. So, I mean, it's in my alley, but, specifically towards something. And I do want to do a little list of celebrities that I most definitely, appreciate and go that road. But, look, the question was...
Let's just forget about it.
Okay.
If you could do art with a celebrity, what celebrity would that be? And why?
Can't think of one, think of 3.
My first one is Erykah Badu.
Okay.
I already got my pictures ready.
Fast.
Janet, yours coming already because it is what it is, and that's, I love her. Like, she's an entertainer. She's a good entertainer too. It's the little sister of Michael Jackson. Come on, man. But I've started a wood burning of Beyonce because I appreciate her as an artist. She puts her hands on everything. No matter what else and whatever anybody else can say, like, you can't take art from them. Beyonce is a great artist. Like, she most definitely is a great entertainer. Like, you can't do nothing but respect her. Erykah Badu, because that was the first concert I've ever been to. I just appreciate her music, like her messages that she put in the music. Like, when I went to her concert, she was asking for the 90s babies. And she told us specifically that she'd been waiting for us to grow up, so somebody knew what she was talking about. I was like, okay, that's what's up. That's what's up. Like, I'm here. I was like, I made it. I'm on the 11th. I'm like the 11th row on the floor too. Like, we felt the music. Like, and it was in Chicago at the Wintrust Arena.
Oh wow.
That's good.
It was dope.
You tried any of her incense?
No, but I want to smell them. Like
Oh my
that's always something I wanted to, I've always wanted to get engaged with that.
Lord have mercy.
Always wanted to. Look, still want to. Wait till after I paint them paintings. So I can spray the painting and then it could be worth more work. It could be worth more work.
He said spray it.
Yeah, we're gonna spray the back and on the canvas part, so it could just go through. It's a part of the experience.
I'm gonna walk by.
It's a part of the experience.
What is this? You're gonna get a lot of men in
That's
trouble.
hilarious. I'm like, y'all better stay back. Unless you finna buy it.
18 and over painting.
Man.
Nah, for real.
I got a question for somebody in the comments.
Okay.
They said, what is your proudest achievement so far as a painter that's motivating you today?
That's a good one.
Shout out to Johnny Mine.
Who?
Johnny Mom.
That was the person that asked this.
Okay. Thank you. I would say,
Another thinker.
Mr. Sips.
Cause he almost made me spit this apple juice out.
Let me spit out the apple juice, man.
Okay, wait a minute. Question one more time.
What was your proudest
Proudest moment.
achievement so far as a painter that's motivating you today?
To this day.
To this day.
I feel like getting accepted into St. Louis Artworks was a big achievement for me. Like you got interviewed by like 2 or 3 people at one time. As a little kid, like I'm like, dang, like y'all all in my grill. Like look, shout out to my daddy though. He had me right. I had this trifold and my pieces was up on there, and I had the little big suitcase with the strap. So I walk in, I open up my thing. I'm like, here go my work, and I was like, I was ready. I was nervous, very very nervous.
He was ready.
But they was all smiling, and they was like, yeah. Like,
he's the one.
And that's when I got to meet Mr. Catches and Mr. Burton. That's when I got to meet them. And I knew that was for me. Once I got that job, I was like, I don't care how much y'all paying me. Like, I know this is going to take me.
Yeah.
This is going to take me way further than I can even imagine. Like,
it's more than the money.
And it's doing it now. Like, it's doing it now. Like, if y'all want that job, like, it's not for the money. You can work somewhere else because it's seasonal. If you need the experience as an artist and you're a freshman in high school, go for it. Even if you don't, because they have performing arts. It's just not even painting. They got videography. They have like theater at one point too, like opera theater at that too. And they bought out our portraits that we did that year too. So it's a really good program. Like, but that was a really good achievement for me. Like, yeah, the St. Louis Art Museum, that was good. Those are some great accolades. But for me, I knew I wanted to take it serious, like around that time, because I was like, they straight teaching me something that is never gonna go away. Like, all that stuff up there is from them. Like, it's still here. I wrote it in my sketchbook, and you don't lose that. You always got it.
Yeah.
Once you write it down, though, you remember it even harder. And I wrote it down a few times now. So
you going back to it, be like,
most definitely. Making sure I ain't lost nothing that I already know.
Yeah.
It's always good to refresh yourself. That's dope. That's a super dope. Let me check and see if you have any more questions. You got any questions?
No, I'm good.
Okay. Nobody else in the comment had a question. I think I got to everybody. That's the first time we ever got to everybody.
Good for them.
Real. They be like, man, you didn't get to my question. Well, that's too late.
Not for real though. This is really dope.
No, for sure.
It's really
I got a question.
I
got a question. What's next for you?
So,
how's 2023 looking? I know it's rough. It's a little rough start here and there, but
it's been rough since 22.
Exactly.
For real. But honestly, what's coming next? And this year there will be a LLC that will, officially make things what it is. Y'all gonna see me painting in the park sometime maybe, or somewhere in the public. And I might just have some pieces so you be able to cop and become an art collector. That'll for sure be coming like by the summertime for sure. Like we almost there. We almost there. Like we like there. You can choke the brush because we that close. Like we that close.
It's the details.
Details.
It's the small things now at this point because I've set myself up all these years, like to where now that I'm ready as a person in the flesh, like, and up here in the mind, like, I just gotta put everything into fruition where it needs to be. Like that site is gonna be after that. It'll be a website for everybody. I have one now. I don't know if I'm gonna keep it, but it is a space to where you as a collector will be able to track all the artwork that you bought from this platform.
What's up?
Which I feel like is a benefit because then over time you'll be able to track like how much your art is worth over time. Once years and years have gone past, like you have an invoice to where then like, you know, the big dealers, they'll be able to be like, oh, this is from this time and it was this much, so now this should be about, you know, so and so and so and so, and you have all of the work and the artist that you got it from. That's artwork.com. I do have work on it now, for the most part. I've been kind of not on there for a little minute, but it's there. It's most definitely there. It might be a link on my. I'm gonna put it on there tonight.
All right, bet.
We're just gonna do it. We ain't gonna talk about it.
On Instagram?
Yes.
What is your Instagram, by the way?
So my Instagram is @MB Arts _22.
Is it art with an S or just art?
Arts.
Okay.
With an S.
Yes.
Yep. My Facebook is just MB Arts. And yeah, that's the same thing. But everything on Instagram most likely will be on my Facebook. Most likely. Everything. I try to keep it minimal.
You on Twitter at all?
No, I had to get off of that. Twitter's dangerous.
It is.
Twitter's dangerous, guys. It will suck you in. Stay away.
What?
Stay away.
What about TikTok?
TikTok, I have a TikTok. I think I just posted a TikTok for the first time.
Oh my god.
Like, I'm not a social media person because of my art. I've been more active in actually learning what social media has to offer. So I just made my first TikTok last month. So it might become a thing. Who knows? It might just become a thing.
Could you see yourself collaborating with other artists?
Oh, most definitely. You just gotta be an open-minded person. You gotta be an open-minded person. Be open to have ideas and be open to receive ideas. We need both of them. We need both of them. Don't nobody need to be walked over. If there needs to be a leader, then that's something we can all communicate about. But everybody should have an input for sure.
For sure.
Indeed.
Take that with y'all. Take that with y'all.
Cool. I don't have any more questions.
I
Do you have any questions for us?
So overall, with you guys' podcast, do you just seek out on anyone truly?
You really?
Or what's your mission?
We're mostly. So I think right now Mondays are for the artists, and I think Wednesdays are for couples.
Okay. Oh, damn.
I didn't even think about it like that.
You did it right. Look, and we call that in art, we call that a happy mistake.
Oh, okay.
We call it a happy mistake in art.
There we go. So, yeah. Yeah, but no, because we feel like trying to be serious, it don't work.
Okay.
It is so big. That was good. Thank you.
So artists on Mondays, you said? Okay, and then couples on Wednesdays. Okay, that's what's up. I like that y'all have that because I'm starting to see different types of relationship or just being a partner and loving yourself. I'm seeing a lot of that more on YouTube and on social media. it's a good thing.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of people need to talk about it more because, you know, we like the best things under the rug.
Yeah.
It's time to change some generational curses.
Exactly.
Yes.
It's okay for men to talk about, you know, whatever they need to talk about in whatever safe space that it needs to be in.
Mm-hmm.
It's time to change. It's time
Yeah.
to change some things because we should be kings and thriving. And, you know, it's time. And you got to start in your mind.
Yeah. So yeah, that's what we're trying to do is have these conversations with artists. You know, one thing we didn't even really, well, we touched on it a little bit, but we didn't deep dive into it is mental health. You know, because those conversations need to be had as well.
Yeah.
And talking about mental health and relationships. You know, how to address that because sometimes it's hard if you think your friend is depressed. Like, how do you go to them? Like, you know what I'm saying? How do you keep them lifted up? You know what I'm saying? So just
I feel it.
you know, different conversations.
I got recommended to go to counseling.
Yes.
And I didn't get offended. I didn't even get offended. And like, there is a way for, well, a lot of people will get offended, truly, if they're being told that they should probably go to counseling. Counseling is not just for something being wrong with you.
Exactly.
It could be something that's going on that you don't even know, though, as well.
It's triggering you.
To where you don't even think it's a problem. And it's not a problem that's in the sense that it's something wrong with you. It's a problem that maybe you are stopping yourself from what what you deserve, or from the person that you really are. Maybe you're not really who you are, like, and it's something that could have happened that have changed you ever since that day, and you might not realize it, and you know that's not who you were born to be. That's not who you was when you were born. So it's always good to kind of tap back into certain things like that, though, because kids are important, and if you out here having kids, you need to make sure that you know what your baggage is and how to deal with it, so it won't feed off into the next generation. And be going through the same things over and over and over again.
He's spitting right now.
We gotta do better. We got to do better.
Yeah.
No, it's facts though. Definitely facts.
Mental health is important.
Yeah, and I would even go to say too, you know, some people may not be comfortable with counseling, but I feel like even just being able to sit down and reflect does a lot for you mentally. You know what I'm saying? Reflect on why you feel how you feel, why that made you feel that way. You know what I'm saying? How you responded, why did you respond like that? You know, it'll help you to see different triggers and to be able to navigate through that, you know, and talk about it.
And everything not as deep as you may think it is either.
Exactly.
Sometimes. But look, you gotta be able to depict what a perceived threat is over an actual threat at moments as well, because you just may be scarred from stuff you went through and never really faced it, and you know, felt them emotions you needed to feel. It can be deep. It can be not deep. You know, you just gotta find out.
Yeah.
And if you good, maybe it's just time to start thinking about what's something that you want for yourself in life. Like, what do you want? Why are you here? Like, what's your purpose? It don't have to be nothing bad. If you bad at scheduling and you a procrastinator, maybe you just want to talk to somebody about prioritizing and different little techniques. Like, it could be anything.
Small wins is a win.
Ain't nobody trying to put you in no straight jacket. They're not coming for you. They're not coming for you unless you deem yourself that you crazy.
Yeah, depending on your responses.
I'm sorry, not crazy, but you know, if you just need to be
a little off.
Exactly. But at the same time, if somebody was to say that to you, whether you get mad, whether y'all start talking, you know, still think about it. Still think about it. If you never mess with that person ever again, and y'all don't see each other, still think about it. Just think about it. Or just in them times where you be like, I can't handle life right now, and I just want to X, Y, and Z. If you go to, you know, the drugs or liquor, or you go to other things, think about it. Think about if you do the right things when you're mad for yourself, or if you're sad, or if you're frustrated. Like, just make sure you're doing the right things for yourself. and you ain't doing something that's healthy, and you feel like unhealthy, and you feel like you need it when you really don't.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
But yeah.
You gonna keep spitting? You gonna keep spitting? You gonna keep dropping bars in there?
I can do it, but I ain't gonna do that.
What we doing?
We gonna say something.
On our show? The nerve!
Our show?
This Manny show right now.
Oh, no. Yeah, get his
It's
own
MB.
platform.
I'm weak.
No.
For real. Like, there might be one day. Who knows?
I can see it.
Or just in the book. Who knows?
I can see it.
Yeah.
You better invite us on there, too.
Yeah, most definitely. If I have
Because you the first artist on our show. You the first.
All right.
To set the bar.
Hey.
So just imagine a year from now when we do a recap.
Ooh.
Just imagine how far you will be.
We all gonna be looking different.
Hair longer, bigger palm tree.
Skin gonna be glowing.
Mm-hmm.
Bigger pineapple.
We're gonna have a collection of his paintings.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
We are collectors.
We gonna be at the gallery.
Oh, yeah. We're going to be at the gallery.
We gonna be at the gallery already at that point. We just talking into existence, you know. Talk to yourself nice.
Mm-hmm.
Always.
But speak to yourself real.
Okay?
Yeah.
Okay?
That's my ball. Yeah, I had to drop something real
You
quick.
can't be unrealistic because it ain't gonna do it right.
It's just gonna all come crashing back on,
Mm-hmm.
back on down. But you got any more questions? So I don't want to hold the people too long.
No, I think I got everything. If anything, we'll make part 2.
Yeah, we can. Be
Most
down
there.
for it.
Most there. Call me whenever.
All right.
Call them tomorrow. But yeah, part 2.
Y'all know where I'm at.
If you need some art, make sure you hit up Manny, MB, and what's your socials again?
At MBArts_22 on Instagram and MB Arts on Facebook.
There you go. Make sure you like this video, share it with your other art friends, people who collect art, people who love art, or maybe you just want to share the video. That's cool too.
Yeah,
But
share.
you
Please
know,
share.
absolutely.
Share. It's the cheapest way to support anybody.
You heard it first.
And subscribe. We appreciate everybody for tuning in again. And this is Fever Talk with our artist spotlight.
Okay, with the fever. Fever. That is lit.
Yup, brown people talk at these.
I got on brown pants.